Hey guys, it's Manager Kylie, and in today's video I'm going to share with you how to organize a youth sports camp. So today I'm going to go through all the details in organizing a youth sports camp. I'm going to focus on mainly the structure for the camp, what skills you should focus on in organizing the physical camp. I'm not going to go into some of the behind the scenes detail about getting paperwork from the families and all of that. I'm going to focus more on the camp itself and you as a coach running a camp with children. If you want more details on some of the paperwork and stuff, you would generally need to partner with a Parks and Rec organization or work to get some sort of online setup system to have both the licensure and insurance to run the camp, all your medical forms for all your staff, and for your participants, and getting all of that paperwork in along with registration fees and things like that. But I'm going to focus more on the structure on how you actually want to run the camp when you have the kids right in front of you and you're teaching them the sport. But if you guys are interested in more sports administration content just like this, definitely subscribe button, turn on the bell so you get notified every time I upload, as I post a new video every single Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And let's dive into this camp structure. So when running a youth sports camp, it's important that these kids have both fun and learn the sport. A lot of time kids are going to these sports camps and it could be their first time ever playing the sport. One thing to focus on is definitely your age group. You're going to run a very different camp for 4 to 8-year-olds than you're going to run for 7 to 9-year-olds, and you're going to run for 9 to 12-year-olds and even high school age kids. High school age kids generally have played the sport and they're looking for more of the actual sport. Your younger groups are going to be looking for more games and the basics of the sport. So it's definitely important to understand your audience, kind of what you're looking for that camp. I'm going to focus more on some of those younger groups, how you want to structure it for generally like your 12 and under, even your 10 and under groups, just so you understand how to have a good balance of both skill and fun. These camps are meant to be fun. The kids are coming in the summer, whether it's for 3 or 6 hours, just to have fun and enjoy the day. So I'm going to go through both a camp structure and then some of the skills you want to focus on. So if this is a single sport camp, and you may run camps that have more than one sport, a single sport camp, you might want to break it down a skill a day. And this, you may think, all I'm going to teach them, we'll use soccer for example, is dribbling. That might be a long day, but there are so many different ways that you can teach them dribbling and different games you can play with dribbling that just teaching them dribbling could take up an entire day to get that proper form down. So teaching them a skill a day allows you for the first couple days of the week to teach them the skills, and then it's nice to end the last day of the week with some sort of scrimmage activity, putting together all the drills in some sort of game or tournament or something like that. So you may want to teach 2 skills a day, but something along the line of a skill or 2 a day. That way you keep it very simple, using a method of either whole, part, whole, or something along that lines, where you teach them the whole, this is our goal for the entire week. The part is all the little breakdowns of what you're going to teach each day, each individual skill, and then the whole, bringing it all together so that they can participate in some sort of game or tournament at the end of the week. You also want to mix in games that aren't soccer related, that work on other skills, especially for young children. These are working on agility, they may be working on teamwork, things along that lines, just to get them that other elements of sports. Sports not all just about the physical skill, there's other elements to it like agility, teamwork, kind of building up different relationships with others around them. So you want to use these, what we call camp games, for those. So those are not your skills and drills games. Those are your other games that are like for younger groups, fishy fishy, cross my ocean, red light, green light, kind of getting that listening in and getting those different drills. You may also want to play games like Dragon Tales, Reindeer Tales, it's got a bunch of different names, things along that lines to fill in that other camp time. And then the rest of your time you're going to be spent on skills and drills. So for dribbling, this may start with just how to dribble. What parts of your foot do you use? things along that lines. And then you may try red light, green light with dribbling. You may do some sort of dribble knockout for soccer where you have like a circle of cones and you have to dribble it around and you kick each other's balls out. You may do some sort of game that involves dribbling around and zigzagging between cones, trying to dribble one-on-one with a coach, things along that lines, to kind of get those different skill games down to balancing those with the camp games. So I'm going to go through a short calendar on what a 9 to 12 program would look like. So this would be a 3-hour program versus a 6-hour program, and kind of how you want to break it down. The beginning of your day, the first 20 minutes or so, is going to be warm-up. So as your kids are coming to your camp, you want to start with some sort of dynamic stretching, getting them moving around, get some of that energy out, and then generally start with one of those camp games just to kind of have an icebreaker to start the day. This just allows the kids to kind of get to know each other a little bit, have that icebreaker, get to know the coaches. And it's important in all these drills, especially for the younger groups, that the coaches are involved. They're participating in the drills, whether that's just actually as a coach kind of running the drill, throwing in the ball, tossing it, or it's competing against them. The kids have fun when the coaches compete against them. Maybe not at your full strength, but even if you compete against them at a lower level, just to kind of match their skill level, it makes it fun for the campers. So once you do some of that, it will then be time to teach the skill, kind of show off what the skill of the day is going to be. That's like a quick 5 minutes. Okay, we're going to work on dribbling. Here's some of the basics. And then you probably want to do about 40 minutes to an hour of the actual dribbling, showing them what they're going to do, showing them the skills around that, how it works. Here's some different games, playing different dribbling games, things along that lines. Then you're going to want to take a short break. It's important, especially for the younger age. So you're under 8 or even under 5, you're going to want a lot of water breaks. But for this older groups, by about an hour and a half in, you're going to want to take a longer break, and for everybody a longer break, generally like a snack break, get some of that energy up, take a little bit of break so they can get some water, get some food in their bodies so that they're ready to go for the rest of either the 3 or 6 hours. If it's a 3-hour program, you're going to do another camp game and then another set of skills and drills to kind of finish off that 3 hours, kind of fill in that other hour and a half, and then they would be dismissed. If it's a longer day where you have them for another 3 hours after that, so you have them for 6 hours total, you may want to break it up. That goes camp game, skill game, camp game, and then you have your lunch break. That you can give a little bit more time, like a 40-minute break. And then in the afternoon, similar setup, camp game, skill game, camp game, skill game, kind of splitting it up so that they're doing both skill-based games and those camp games or those other games that kind of just are fun for the kids. They really enjoy having that different game to play with the coaches. Sometimes it's even fun if you're teaching soccer, throw in a little baseball for that camp game. Okay, so that you're going to play pickle, you're going to run around the bases, something like that. You're going to have some sort of contest that may not relate exactly to the sport you're doing, but gives them another thing to like look forward to and play. Contests against the coaches are a great one like that. Relay races against the coaches, things along that lines. Get some of that energy up that's not soccer related if you're at a soccer camp. But that's kind of the basics. You definitely want to focus on the kids having fun and teaching them the sport and just some life skills around the sport. Some kids are going to be soccer pros after this, and some kids are going to realize they don't want to play soccer, and you kind of got to mix together the kids that are interested and the kids that aren't. You're going to have kids that already come in with skill and the kids that have never played before. So it's important to have a good balance. There might be sometimes that you want to split up into group based on skill level just to have a little bit more competition. Sometimes you need to balance out the skills. If you're on a team, you might want to balance out the skills. But it's important that the kids also learn that you're not always going to be on a team where everybody has the same skill, and don't be making fun of kids for being a weaker link on the team. It's okay that some kids aren't going to be as strong, and just balancing out that teamwork aspect and working together, because sports is a big team. No matter what you do in sports, you're working with a team, so it's important to understand teamwork and sportsmanship and all of that, so you can teach that in your camps as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, definitely let me know in the comments down below. And if you'd like to see more details on camps, on specific drills to do or anything like that, definitely let me know that as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I will see you guys next Wednesday.